It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso on Hump Day. It's Wednesday. We are coasting towards the weekend. But it doesn't mean we must shirk our responsibilities of being, approaching our money matters with a bit more responsibility. And we're about to delve back into what has become one of the coolest segments on the show, My Money Story.
Absolutely. Putting a celebrity under the spotlight, learning about their relationship with money. This morning, a rather interesting, young, fashionable girl. She's doing great things for herself, flying that South African flag high as well. Absolutely. Aisha Baker-Parnell.
Well, it's time once again for hashtag My Money Story, where each week we sit down with someone who has made a success in their chosen field, and we learn about their journey with money. We learn about their losses and their gains, and we see what lessons we can take from that. And today we sit down with a style and lifestyle guru, Aisha Baker-Parnell, who started off with a very simple blog called Baked Online. This is way back in 2009, and now, 8 years later, her brand has grown into one of the most successful and popular fashion and lifestyle blogs in South Africa, and I can't wait to hear about her money story. I can immediately tell by the way that she and our financial planner, Grant Van Sale, are sitting, that these are moneyed people. They've got the cross-legged thing going here. As you can see, I'm the only one who's not sitting like that, but that's okay. How are you, Aisha?
I'm good, thanks. How are you? Are you well?
Very, very good. I'm just wondering, how many passports have you stamped now?
Just one.
Oh, I'm sure it's a maxi as well. All right, so how we usually begin the segment is by asking you about what your earliest memory of money is.
Okay, so I think my earliest memory as a Muslim child is that we get money instead of Christmas presents. So on Eid, we get given money, and you're going to go around to the neighborhood, eat all the sweets and cakes, and then you get 5 rand for being a good kid.
You're given 5 rand for eating the cakes and the
Yeah,
sweets.
it's the best thing ever. And for a long time, I used to pretend I was under 18, so I could just keep getting money. Like, no, grade 7's going well.
Hustler on the streets already.
Yeah.
So my first memory would probably be getting Eid money and spending it on important things like candy and Barbie dolls.
Yeah, sure.
New shoes.
How much money do you remember getting on your first Eid?
I think I got like 350 rand or something close to that. A large amount of that was from my grandfather.
Oh, no, that's cool.
He kind of just threw out hundreds. He was like, everybody.
And you were just out there in the streets like,
I'm like, oh, so cute. Look at my long hair. Thank you.
All right, cool. So what are some of the hard financial lessons that you've had to learn? I mean, especially considering the fact that you have one of South Africa's most successful and prolific blogs out there. You travel a lot. You're always in business meetings. Your coffee is always looking like it's just like a fashion shoot somewhere, wherever you're drinking it, and your matcha. What are some of the hardest financial lessons that you've had to learn along the way?
Well, I think because I didn't plan this as a career, the hardest thing for me was probably earning money, because I didn't expect it. So then it kind of became like my first amount of money was like, oh my gosh, and I just like sing it up, and I'm like taking all my friends out and like doing that kind of stuff.
Can we be your friends?
I mean, please, can we just, hang around where you hang
Except
around?
now you have coffee in my house. I can't take you out anymore. So yeah, that was quite a big struggle for me. And then currently, investing and saving, I think is like, it's just like a big step as an adult, because I still feel like it's kind of like a hobby, except now I'm making a salary, so I should be saving it.
Yes.
Except I want to go to New York Fashion Week and shop and go overseas, so it's a bit difficult, yeah.
And that's okay too. You got to live your best life while you still can. So maybe, because when we come back, we're going to be focusing on what are the biggest things financially that you struggle with. But maybe we can also, Grant, tap into what happens when you get your first, let's say, job, right? And then you get that first salary in your bank account. Maybe let's just touch on that a little bit. How should you process that? Like, you went from being a student who was asking for pocket money, now you're earning 20K a month. Boom, now you're Aisha. Don't do
like
that.
you just enter into adult world all of a sudden, and it's like, well, what do you do now?
Adulthood,
It's like,
not adult world, that's a different thing.
Yeah, totally. Well, we know where you're shopping.
This is the best financial ever.
I didn't even go across my mind, but anyway. I think just getting back to reality, I think the important thing with understanding where you want that money to go is really planning. And I think a big lesson when you enter into adulthood is that the money doesn't go very far, you know, because there's major expenses that you have to deal with. And I think what Aisha was mentioning at the beginning is actually having a proper budget in place so that you know where that money is going to land up going.
All right, let's hold on to that thought very tight. When we come back, we're going to find out about the part of finances that Aisha most struggles with. And then, of course, we'll get our financial planner, Grant Van Sale, from the Wealth Room to give his tips and advice.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, from a budding designing and fashion mogul to a blogging mogul, this morning it is Money Wednesdays, and we're catching up with celebrities who have made their mark in the world and, of course, are sharing with us their relationships with money.
That's right, and the creative behind Bake the Blog, we have Aisha Baker-Parnell in studio.
We're back again with hashtag My Money Story with our special guest Aisha Baker-Parnell this morning from Baked the Blog, South Africa's most prolific and best fashion and lifestyle blog out there. Live your best life on that blog. And we found out earlier on that her earliest memory of money was actually as a 6-year-old collecting money for Eid, and she made some $350 that she spent on a lot of candy.
Yeah.
A lot of candy. But right now, let's get to where you are right now as an adult. And what do you think it is financially that you struggle with the most?
I think my biggest struggle is investing. I've contacted like so many different investment companies, and I'm like, they set up that meeting where you have to bring your ID and your bank statements, and I'm like, oh wait, I can't go. I don't know what to do.
Feet.
Yeah, I get such cold feet. I still haven't gone for an investment meeting because I really don't know how to invest. And then I know how to save for like a flight or a trip overseas, but saving for long term. So, like, how does a freelancer work out what money I might need at like 80 years old? You know, like a pension fund.
Sure,
That's a great question. Is there perhaps a strategy that Aisha could adopt from the way that she knows how to save, let's say, for a trip 8 months down the line, and maybe adjust that model for a longer term goal? Let's jump into that.
I think that those are different goals, right? So you're going to have things like a big goal, which we always prioritize, is a retirement goal. So what do you want your retirement to look like? A lot of people ask, so what am I supposed to put away towards retirement? And in guys with freelancing situations, it's even more of a reason to budget, you know, because you actually don't know what every month is going to look like. It changes, you know, and the lifespan sometimes can also be limited on how much your earning potential is. So when it comes to retirement planning, how much is enough? So when people say to me, so how much should I put away? And they always say, is 10% of my salary enough? So I always say to them, well, let's take 10% of your salary today. And if you had that as a savings, would you be able to live on that today? And 90% of or 100% of the time, people say, well, there's no chance. I can't even get by on 90% of my salary. So I say, well, then you've answered your own question. You know? So you want to basically understand what you want your lifestyle to look like at a later stage and start planning for that. So you might be looking at a lot more than 10% of your income that you're putting away towards retirement goal. And then you use a really good investment vehicle like a retirement annuity, which has got huge tax advantages. Then if you look at kids' education, which is another goal. So that's also a long-term investment strategy.
Sorry, while you say that, I just wanted to maybe pull it back to that, right? Something of an investment in your portfolio that has a huge tax benefit is most beneficial for freelancers because straight off the top, you are taxed at 25%, right, as a freelancer.
Sounds like you're speaking of experience.
I am. Straight off the top, you get your 25% taken off, and then depending on your income, you then might go over the marginal tax rate and end up paying 40%, the highest that there is. So getting something that has a tax benefit like that is completely advantageous.
But even for normal people that earn a salary, you know, freelancers is a lot more difficult because you now are a sole proprietor, and now you have to prove your expenses and all that sort of stuff. So you want any tax advantage that you can take and throw into the pile, because why? It's like if I said to you, there's a massive discount on at Chloe today, 30% discount, I can guarantee you're going to be there. So I'm saying you're getting a 27.5% discount on taxes. So surely it's something we should be taking, you know. So that's retirement, and obviously there's a lot more we need to go into on that, but I'm not going to go into that right now. Education, the same thing. Education, we have to decide what is the goal. Is it a private school? Is it public school? Is it university? Are you paying for full university? So then we come up with a figure and we start working on a way backwards to get to that figure. So how much money you can put away on a monthly basis to get to that figure. So we do those calculations. And if your tax rate's more than 30%, then an endowment policy is a really good way to do it. Having said all of that, what is really important, though, is to deal with an investment firm that is recognized, but not only that, that is fee-based, not commission-based.
Okay.
Commission-based, there's a whole bunch of clauses. The fees are a lot higher than a fee-based situation. And also you want to then get a certified financial planner to help you set those structures up, because at the end of the day, there's so many cowboys out there that no wonder you get cold feet every time. I don't blame you, to be honest. But you want to also deal with someone that, from a financial firm that's charging fees and not commission. Because then you straight away, you know what you're getting charged from a professional perspective. And I think that will put you in a lot better place. And then you come up with a sound financial strategy with what we call action points or action plan to get you to where you need to be with those different goals that you're wanting to achieve. So there's a lot to it.
But most important, I think that despite those cold feet, that you do still take those steps and go to those meetings, because you get asked some really tough questions that you never ever imagined before that will possibly determine the rest of your life.
My heart's pounding already.
It's okay. Is Mr. Parnell, is he good with the money?
Yeah, he's amazing with money. I'm not the good one.
So
he's like,
take him along.
He's been saving and like investing and stuff since he was 18, and I'm like,
there we go. So maybe he might just hold your hand while you go to that meeting. But Grant, thank you so much, and Aisha, thank you so much for coming to share your money story with us. We really, really do appreciate it. Those important steps to take as you go into adulthood. Brilliant stuff. Well, hopefully that was enlightening to you, that you learned something from it. And of course, do share your thoughts with us using #Expresso Show and of course, #MyMoneyStory.